I want all shooters at my funeral. Only real niggas at my funeral. It's gon' be 10,000 bitches at my funeral. Niggas gon' have the pistols at my funeral. It's gon' be some superstars at my funeral. Driving in exotic cars to my funeral. Niggas that whip their brick hard at my funeral. You might get your ass robbed at my funeral. They tell me step out the streets, niggas tryna get me. That's all I know. I was born with this shit in me. But I don't leave the house if I ain't got a sermon. My niggas ain't porno with me. They don't let drink with me. I'm all around the globe, just me and Benny. We counting bitches, bitch, we bout to go some Bentleys. Matching Bentleys, just to be specific. Should've seen this bitch I had last night, she's so terrific. And she know I'm a fucking menace. She look like Taraji P. Henson. Bury me in all white linen. I bet you they gon' say I'm pussy did it. I want all shooters at my funeral. Only real niggas at my funeral. It's gon' be 10,000 bitches at my funeral. Niggas gon' have the pistols at my funeral. It's gon' be some superstars at my funeral. Driving in exotic cars to my funeral. Niggas that whip their brick hard at my funeral. You might get your ass robbed at my funeral. I'm thinking about my granny, her name is Ann. Just lost her daughter and her son did not become a man. Goddamn, everybody love Miss Ann, but she done been through so much pain that she don't give a damn. Gotta stay strong for my fam, I made myself a man. But if I go, who the fuck will take care of my fam? My uncle in a wheelchair, I'm trying to get him a lamb. Mama keep talking about her views, I'm trying to have some land. I ain't stuck on these niggas like I really want it. I ain't fuck all the bitches that I really wanted. I don't see these bitch niggas just like Stevie Wonder. When I die, all I want is I want all shooters at my funeral. Only real niggas at my funeral. It's gon' be 10,000 bitches at my funeral. Niggas gon' have the pistols at my funeral. It's gon' be some superstars at my funeral. Driving in exotic cars to my funeral. Niggas that whip their brick hard at my funeral. You might get your ass robbed at my funeral.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? What's up? This is the recap with LCAOD. Please be mindful and respectful. Going through some personal issues. There was some death in the family, immediate family, and just not really fully in focused on the market right now. Just kind of neutral overall about things, and we're gonna go over things a little quickly here. But as you can see, things have been recapping how LCAOD's been, really planning ahead, really just trying to, get them the market in mind and stuff like that. But just be mindful, respectful. Rest in peace to my brother Chris Smith again, And I'm gonna say this on this recap, and I'm gonna end it here, But I know my brother in a better place. I know he in heaven. I know he good. I ain't tripping. We ain't tripping. It is what it is. We're going to charge this one to the game. Now, this should be a lesson learned for what everybody is all, and I'm not, it's whatever you believe in, but time is short. So be mindful of that. That relates to everything. So we're going to move on, though. Let's get back to the business here. Pretty much today, the market was flat. That's pretty much what happened. Overall, people are, earnings is serious right now, but earnings is cooking right now. They're frying people on these earnings moves. So I would just be very, very, very cautious of that. You know, we haven't seen a positive earnings report here in 2 days, here 3 days. Um, you know, the ones that were, you know, we seen a couple in the mix, so we do see the ones that are, but they don't look like they'll hold, you know, with the overall market. So the market right now is playing in at a peak zone. You get what I'm saying? Like it's above the clouds right now. So it's not, you're not finding any push, you're not finding any momentum. Yeah, it'll take some data, you know, something to, but I think we'll start to get a direction here going into tomorrow, Friday, and going into next week. Pretty much you got a few starting out the good starters is done. You get what I'm saying? This part one is technically done here. You do got more earnings coming out tomorrow though and Friday, so keep that in mind. But like the names like Netflix, Morgan Stanley, you know, everybody they reported. Tesla just reported, and we're gonna go over there here shortly. We're going to go over the charts and numbers here, you guys. But before we go any further, let's get into the description because you know you want to be um, precise and have your own mindset while doing this. Don't let nobody think for you while doing this, and that's pretty much what this description is just basically explaining. This is recap coverage from the stock and crypto market. These are live ideas of thought and studies. This is not financial advice on this stream or with this company. With that being said, let's just go ahead and get right into it. S&P 500 ends Wednesday flat as investors digest major earnings from the likes of Netflix, Morgan Stanley. The benchmark index inched 0.01% lower to settle at 4,154.52, while the NASDAQ composite eked out a 0.03% gain to close at 12,157.23. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 79.62 points, or 0.23%, to finish at 33,897.01. So flat, nothing really going on. It looks like the ETFs, the indices, the major, the overall, the futures, they looks like they just stalling. They looks like they're eyeing the reports like everybody else, and they haven't moved far as earnings. You know, because all these names keep they're about to continue to report. So we're done here on far as let me show you where we got majority done. These 3 days are complete here, so we're here now with the earnings. So you know. We got a lot of names coming out still continuously next week. The week after it's about to get real. So uh, things may be like this. Keep that in mind. They may stall the market into you know some company just breaks the tension. That's what's really going on right now. People are trying to basically pinpoint and pick which company can break this tension in the overall indices in the futures. Right now, nothing is breaking the tension of that, and it's just been consolidating and not doing anything technically. So, you know, option contracts. You know, if you're not having time, you're playing weeklies. They're getting chewed up, chopped the screw. You're losing quickly. So it's about time, and you want to push that back. And then, you know, if you're buying shares, nothing's really happening. You're just seeing your money really just stay the same. It's just what's going on right now. So it's just something to be prepared about and just know what's happening. TSMC before the opening tomorrow, American Express, Rite Aid, AT&T. That's all going to be key right there. Make sure you tune into that before the opening bell. Considering Tesla, IBM, and all of them already reported. Still keep an eye on that Netflix though. You know, it's going to be day 2. Remember I said it's going to be a 3-day rule. You already kind of saw day 1 how it reacted on Tuesday after the bell, and then you saw day 2 here Wednesday. Tomorrow's be day 3, so you'll really get a reaction on Netflix, I'm sure, because the Tesla's out and IBM's out, and you're going to have TSMC out, American Express. Everything's going to be technically grinding up to be out. The next thing to be looking out for is PPG and PNG, Procter & Gamble on Friday before the opening, PPG after the close on Thursday. So, you know, these are some more names. And, you know, some of y'all might know these other ones that's not highlighted because it's a lot of banks going on. So just keep that in mind, too. You know, banks continuing to these their earnings as well. Things to know, data we need to still be on. Gotta stay on that, We look at this one because this one is the more, you can see every country, basically. So we'll just go over this one from the rest of the week. So it looks like, Wednesday, that was the data that came out, but it didn't move the market at all. Now, okay, coming in tomorrow on April the 20th, it looks like this will move the market. Now, you got a lot of data going on here. 7:30 a.m. sharp, the ECB March meeting account. That's in the Eurozone, so that's going to definitely move the pre-market there. 8:45 a.m. You got Fed Water. They're speaking. That's going to move exactly. So it's going to move exactly the same as the ECB March meeting. Is this the home sales MOM? All that for the United States. That's America. That's around 10 a.m. Just be on the lookout for that. That'll be moving the market leading index and the Eurozone consumer confidence at 10 a.m. as well. All this is going to be coming out, getting released tomorrow. So this is going to be moving the market. It's going to be action packed tomorrow. And then 12:20 p.m. they still hit us with Fed's Mr. Speaks, another Fed speaker. So keep that in mind. Then 5 p.m. after hours tomorrow, you got another Fed boss discussing economic conditions, and that'll go into tomorrow. United Kingdom GFK consumer confidence, that'll be out tomorrow night. Japan, they're dropping data too. So we'll see. And then Friday, that's the Friday's data. That's the PMI data, all that coming out. So that'll be very key too on Friday, you guys. Keep in mind, jobless claims data is coming out too tomorrow. Jobless claims data. So we'll be looking at all that closely, eyeing that closely, and maybe some of this data right here will nudge the market right here, or maybe we might even get a reaction here out of the market now that, like I said, I think the market will make its reaction now that big earnings are already reported, and game on now. It's open field for anything, and I think it'll start to move. So hey, as of right now, Wall Street was they were halfway right about things. They said buy Netflix, but that turned out to be a sale as of right now. But we'll see. That maybe it still is a buy for the long term is what they meaning. I'm sure that's what they were meaning anyway. But sell Tesla, that was actually correct. And we're going to look at that chart here in a moment. But yeah, sell Tesla, that was definitely correct. So Wall Street's up to something with that. We'll see how Tesla reacts to that tomorrow. They didn't have a chance to react after hours, obviously. But we're going to see, this is pretty much what it's about here. You're trying to enrich yourself, you're trying to make some money, trying to be profitable. This is what it's all about. So we're going to go over the SPY. You know how we do. I got this platform back working too, as you can see. This platform shut down yesterday on the recap. I do apologize for that again, but let's go ahead and get into what happened today with the SPY from the one-day perspective. Alrighty here. So it looks like the SPY gap down, you guys. So we got a gap down there on the SPY right there. What's that right there? 412.28, 412.22. So 412.22 could be a false support here, or it could be a real support. So that's what you got to be looking at right here. This level in here. If it starts to trade in here, then that is a top there, and that was a false support. Looking at how it actually held from that all day, literally, and really didn't do too much. It stayed in the same range, consolidated. Credit spreading right now. The market is credit spreading. Nothing wrong with it. It's healthy for the market. People will see it in the long run why they were doing this. But at the end of the day, they closed at 414 on the SPY. So right here tomorrow, the levels I'm definitely looking at now. The earnings are reported, but things have been, a little, people saying confusing, but to me, it's not confusing. It's just neutral. Things can shape shift basically. It really boils down to these guys right here, like the SPY, DIA, QQQ, IWM. It really, at the end of the day, it boils down to them. So the companies can report what they report, but at the end of the day, it boils down to these ETFs right here, the SPY, This is all the companies combined. This is everything combined. So, at the end of the day, there could still be upside, and there, obviously it could be downside right now. Things have been red, and it's looking a little shaky. But as of right now, to the upside, I am looking at, if the spot can hold this level right here, it can push above 414.70, really 414.50. It can get to 414.70. I'm looking at 415 next. It's looking like that. Possibly really 416 still, you guys, to the upside on the spot. If this momentum just continues to consolidate here and holds up. This is what it's been basically the past 5 days. So even though it gapped down, it did hold back up. So we'll see if it pushes up. That's the upside levels I'm looking at. To the downside, on the spot, obviously, definitely I'm looking back closely at that 412.20 level. That doesn't hold. I still believe in that 410 support there to the downside, you guys. I really think that could be like it could be a top still, just in case the market does come back down. You know what I'm saying? That would be one it will slice right through and get lower. So I'm just looking at that 410 level really close to the spot. DIA, they're at 338. So to the upside, I'm looking at on them 340. They got to get back to 340 again, just prove that point. Like I said, it's going to boil down to the spot of DIA. It's going to boil down to them because then at the end of the day, they haven't been really reacting to the company's earnings. So it's going to boil down to them when they start to digest things and read things out and figure it out which way they're going and how they're going to move. And when they do that, you will definitely see the companies move even more. So that's what's going on right now. But as of right now, they ain't really been doing that. So when they do decide to move back to the debit spread, then they'll definitely things will start to look better than what it has been. You guys, it's all about patience right now. So, but to the upside, back to that level 340. If you can retain that, you're good to go. You can retest 341, I'm sure. To the downside, 338 doesn't hold. I'm just looking at that 336 level still. To 335 to the downside on the DIA. Triple Qs to the upside here. Looking at about 319.50, really 320 here. They can retain that back there. That's what I'm looking at there. Within the 1 to 6 weeks span. So if they can do it, they can. And if they can break above that, 323 is a target they really want there. To the upside, to the downside, I'm looking at 317. That doesn't hold. I'm looking at about 315, 314. Really a retest at 313 possibly. And I think if 313 doesn't hold, you guys, I think it'll break below the trend line to 310 eventually here. We could be getting at a recent top here. The market could be very overextended at this possibility, very overbright. If the earnings going to continue to be red, basically, too, you got to think about all of that in consideration. So these are the levels that I'm looking at here on the triple Qs. IWM. 177 is really holding good. So I'm really just looking at the breakout above 178. If you can get back above 178, I'm looking at 180 really closely because that's a level they really want to the upside. The Bulls, that is. Bulls like things to go up. They they like green. That's what it's about. So to the downside, the Bears, they like red, they like downside, they like clawing. Either way is healthy. Honestly, you can get profitable off either direction. That's the point. You just gotta know which way it's going though. That's what it's about. So to the downside, I'm just looking at 177 not to hold. If that doesn't hold, I'm really looking at that 175 level there on the IWM. VIX volatility, you guys, is really just leaving this market. It really is and this is another reason too why things haven't been going doing anything because the VIX is just going down, and it's like the Bulls. It looks like the Bulls might have ran off a cliff or just floating in thin air, or got a parachute, or It's just like, they're exhausted. The rally looks weak. It looks like it's about to top out. It's just it's signaling that. Because the VIX is going down and the bulls are not really pushing things higher right now. They actually are going backwards. So it's like the market has been red, but the VIX has been red too. So that's a correlation that I'm signaling now that the VIX may be about to spike here, you guys. They are really extremely low right here. They hit a level right there today at 16. What's that? 1620. That's really low right there on the VIX. So that means there is no fear at all. So whatsoever, you know, investors feel confident enough to things that they feel like things are overrated. There's nothing going on bad. But as of right now, we're seeing earnings report kind of like they're reporting mixed earnings, but there's good and bad things. But overall, the charts and numbers don't lie. It's red. It's looking bad. It's going down, or it could be a pullback for right now. We're gonna find out soon, but it's been down, right now. So could be signaling a spike here on the VIX. That's all I'm saying to the upside. And if that is so, that would make sense. You will see more red here, and the VIX will actually turn green, and then you will see the delayed reaction, a relayed reaction on the VIX. So just keep in mind with all of that. But at the end of the day, that's what's going on here. So the levels I'm looking at tomorrow on the VIX here, they closed at 1648 to the upside. Looking for a spike back to 17. You get back to 1770. I really think I think stocks will fall like Netflix, Tesla, Apple, because they're really high right now, and they're really holding. But I think that'll put some pressure on the bulls and some investors that's holding as of right now. Is technically what's going on. Is why you're getting mixed signals and mixed investing right now, and that's just what it is. But eventually, the tension will disperse, and you will see a clear direction. So, like I said, the VIX spike back to that level. Expect the stocks to pull down and pull back tomorrow and go down. It'll be red tomorrow if the VIX spike up to near these levels or even up to that way. But to the downside, I'm looking at the VIX continue to just go down here. The next level I'm looking at is just to break that $15.99 level. The VIX could keep coming this way. You may see the bulls trying to just recover and buy at these new levels. You may see that because that's technically what they already have been doing. So you may see that. So just something to look out for and be prepared for. And charge it to the game if you already did some things. And if you ain't did nothing, this is a perfect opportunity for because this is honoring the people that waited. That's what's going on right now technically. So ain't nothing wrong with it. Either way it go, regardless if you got a plan. This market is about investing. You want to keep putting more money into it to keep trying. Don't give up. At the end of the day, once you start, don't stop. So that's what I try to tell people. But take it serious. It's real life. It's reality. But at the end of the day, like I said, if the VIX continue to go to the downside, you may see the stocks, like I said, try to push up here from these lows because we are red technically, and we have been red and not really moving. So the market can easily just keep the bullish momentum and go higher and turn this whole market into a bull market right now. I can see that happening. So we'll see if the VIX go that way tomorrow. That's what it's going to be looking like. Probably going to be happening. Or, they may consolidate, like I said, continuously the way they have been doing. So we'll see tomorrow. Netflix. So Netflix, man, they just getting groovy. All right. They don't know what they want to do. But like I said, it looks like algorithms. It looks like AI. It looks like computerized buying and selling here. This doesn't look real. This doesn't look like real people brought this. This doesn't look like real volume for their earnings report. I think people really waited on this one, you guys, because I believe so. If it was real, if that sell off was real, it would have kept flushing. You didn't see that at all, right? You saw that bounce. It found support right there. It instantly at 294. It's like it redid the whole move from a month ago. over here. It redid that. But there's no volume. You see how thin that candle is? You guys see it? This candle is thin. There's no volume there, so that's why I'm getting the AI in AI intel. That's why I think this is all computerized volume. There's no real people that did this. Actually, people were holding for real, and some probably just got on the sidelines. Excuse me, sorry, that was my iPhone block fell down. But some people just probably got on the sidelines and just really just waited and then got brought back in possibly down there for shares and got in, or maybe brought wherever let's see, open here. They probably got in shares there or shares here. You know, that's what it looks like. That's going on with Netflix right now. But at the same time, it is showing a strength that it doesn't want to go up right now. So just looking at that closely, you can see that too. Like it looked like it's creating the top here. But Netflix is a strong beast. You know, it can just burst out and just go back up to 340. Now, pre-market was wild overnight in Netflix. You guys, at 4 a.m. it did go to 340. Right there, as you can see, pre-market it went to 340. You guys, but it did not break above. It was straight resistance from there, and it stayed down. That was your actual top all the way to the pre-market in the morning. This was like around 9, 8, 7, 8, 9, and then open 9:30 right here, and then it did sell off quick instantly to that level. Remember, I told you guys it possibly could hit 315 to 310. Possibly, it did hit 316. It got very close, but that was your so-called support for the day. It actually just bounced right back and got level with the pre-market level at 324 all the way in the range of 320. So we'll see tomorrow what Netflix is up to. Right now they're moving awkward. It's giving that they're just they don't want to pay right now, or they don't want to do something right now. They're waiting for something. This is the sense that Netflix is giving. They're waiting for something, um, possibly a pullback. You know, so it's just things to be considered of. It's definitely things to be considered of, but we'll see. I think things take time, and you may see this move again, possibly, but I don't think this week. I think they're gonna stall it because they don't want to pay it out. I think that was the point of that. But I think you do play with a level of here, like if it breaks below this line, they may extend and give up possibly this 312 area, maybe even 310, maybe even 307, but I think no lower than 307. I don't think they'll give up there to 304, 30. I don't see that in play with Netflix. Only I'm reading it like this for you guys because this is an earnings play, so this is all to the downside. If it does continue to fade downward, this is what I'm looking at here. But just be mindful of that. To the upside, it looks like, if it just breaks above this 323 or 25 level, that was your so-called resistance today. If it gets above that, they'll try to retest 326 and maybe even at 327. You may see that possibly on Netflix, but I don't think they get any higher. Maybe the new high could recently I could see possibly going back to where they were just at right there. So I'm gonna draw a dinosaur because that's where they were at, and they were beasting right there at 334. So these are the levels I'm looking at right there, and on Netflix, you guys. To the upside right there and to the downside down. Tesla. My gosh, Lee. Looks like the earnings calls was bad. Investors are getting very worried about things with Tesla, and it's just a lot right now. Honestly, that Tesla can't do, they want to do, they can do. But you know, at the end of the day, it's just like they they seem to say they're the best, but as time is going on, you're seeing more and more people get fearful of this EV car thing and driving without hands and this dangerous way of driving, and you're saying it's safe. It seems like that is becoming more of a fear factor here. So Tesla's on thin ice right now, you guys. With that earnings report, honestly, they hit right there at the level where LCOD called out 169. You know, this was a wide range here just due to the earnings fact. So we knew the possibilities here. It didn't even try to push up to 190 at all or 188, 86 or anything. So 200 is X'd out. I really believe so for the time being. Tesla's a type of stock when you can tell when they're done with a top for real. They really give it up. And as you can see there, they did give it up. And you know, throughout the day, all the way to 8 p.m., it just sold out to 169.65. Now, this is a key area right here. This is the area where, honestly, you guys, Elon Musk, the CEO, he brought right here before. He brought right here in March, if I'm not mistaken. It was either March or maybe even January. He definitely loaded shares right there or call options at 10,000. And that area, since when he did that, I think it was since January, February, March. It has been up since then. It just now came down on this earnings report. Literally, we're back to that level. So this is a key level right here where you'll see the market really fight for. He may buy in tomorrow here heavy. He may get out. He may be done with it himself. He may hold. Either way, I think if he holds or if he holds or get out, I think it continues to sell off. I think you know, considering the data and how things was, they missed. It was awful for them apparently. But you know, they're trying to do better. They're thinking future right now. And you know, he was basically saying, Elon was basically saying, this economy is just not right. It's not it right now. You know, the way that they could move, it wouldn't be it. So, you know, but like I said, I think it's a fear factor with the danger of that car now, Teslas. I mean, some have been getting many recalls of blowing up. It's been a lot of stuff, and then people are starting to look at that like it's a fear factor now. Like I said, I think investors are. So you saw a lot of people took out today. Obviously, that's why they went down. And we'll see. We'll see tomorrow. Like I said, I think like I said, I think this 200 level, I think that's all X'd out for now because it didn't even try to test it. So, but I think it's a spot where, you know, it definitely you can start it out. Sorry about that, Star, but but yeah, you can start it out. Let me try to get in there. It started out though, but because I think it could get back to that over time in the near future. But just right now, it was looking 6 months out. We're right back to that level and up in here, right there. So this was an area where they did buy it up, as you can see, like I said, and it stayed up, and it just now came right back. So we'll see if it flushes below. It looks like one. If you see Tesla below in pre-market, below 163.88. Uh-oh. It's going to be an area where you got to think it's either they're going to take profit there or you'll continue to see selling there at one. If you see Tesla break below this tomorrow and it's down below 163. And I think if you get below 163, the next level to be looking out for is like support suddenly I would definitely say everybody's calling out a gap fill here. So let's look at it from year to date. We'll move out of my drawings. There is a gap fill here. So I see what the 163 is about. You know, if you break below that, the gap fill is here. All in here. But they can stop it here first. It looks like. So this would be their support would possibly be support here at 155. So yeah, you gotta think. Yeah, they're one. Yeah, they're at 169 right now. So if they break below, if you see Tesla down tomorrow below 163.93, um, look out for the next level really to go all the way to 160. If that doesn't hold, I'm looking at the next level at 155. If that doesn't hold, you guys, I'm looking at straight free fall to 146 on Tesla to the downside. And that could be just, whenever from this time being. To the upside, if this is your bottom, though, um, this is your bottom. If this is your bottom, you may see Tesla push back quickly to 175. I'll give them that high for now. And that high right there would hurt. That would hurt. That would hurt bears. So 175, 176. That's a high for Tesla. That's the least that they would want. That's the least that they would try to push for and hold momentum and hold here, and then maybe possibly fade back down. But maybe even just hold here. But even possibly they can break above 177 as well. If 175 holds pretty precise, it'll get back to this level here in the middle. Like I said, I don't see 183 in play yet. Or in this level up here, I don't see 190, none of that in play yet. Not 200, not yet. Not quite yet. You got to put some time on that. But we'll see tomorrow on Tesla, you guys. And those is wide levels on Netflix and Tesla. Remember, because they just reported earnings. And it'll be day 2 for Tesla now. They just reported their earnings today. After hours, tomorrow will be day 2. They're going to actually give it to the open market and let investors trade it. So we'll see. We'll see which way they're going. Apple. 167.25. They did hit, it looks like 168, you guys. Apple got really bullish today. They definitely got bullish today. So they closed right there, 167.25. Apple held up its gains. But I think now with Netflix and Tesla reporting and, you got more banks reporting. You got more things happening here tomorrow. TSMC is going to be real important tomorrow with Apple. So I think Apple is sitting at the top here, you guys. This thing is about to flush here. TSMC don't report a good earnings. I think Apple will come down back down to the downside. I'm looking at 165 on Apple. And if that doesn't hold, on the next level I'm looking at is 164. To the upside, though, the TSMC does report a good earnings. I'm looking at Apple to break above 168. Really, Apple can possibly take you to 170. If TSMC is good, Apple can rally here at 170. JPM Morgan, back at 140. Playing hopscotch with that number right now. That's the resistance and support. So right now it is support right now. It closed right there at 140.80. JP Morgan, like I said, they reported their earnings. Look 5 days out, you guys. They did go up here. Got really bullish here for their earnings. So they are bull flagging. They could just be resting to push and make another line just like that one to the upside. You get what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind with JP Morgan right now. This is a bank we're talking. It looks like they had a great earnings. Still looking at that. LCAOD is looking at that closely. And to the upside, if this support holds here, I'm looking at a retest back at 141.45. You can get there. I'm now looking at the trend line there, 142.40 on JP Morgan. To the downside, I am looking at resistance / support here. If this is resistance to the downside, I'm looking at 139 and 138.50. The trend line could possibly be the banks could be giving back some gains there for a decent type of pullback. So I'm looking at those levels closely. Google, man, Google looking bearish right now or it's looking like a buy. So either or, but right here they're at 103.93. They close. Tomorrow I'm looking for Google to push back to 105 and retest that again and try to hold that tomorrow. You need a 105.60. It looks like you're gonna have to hold above that to show that you could go back to be bullish here, or maybe even 106. That's to show if you could be bullish here. To the upside, you need that. To the downside, they are bearish. They are right here 103, as you can see, 103.93. They did tag a low right there this morning, 103, almost even. So looking for that not to hold. If that doesn't hold, next level I'm looking for is 100 here on Google to the downside. Here they got earnings coming up. This could be like a pre-earnings move before their earnings report, and then they'll stiffen up. Their earnings is April 25th, but I think they're about to make a move before it here. It looks like. So just to the downside, that's the levels I'm looking at, and to the upside I'm looking at. But that's pretty much it, you guys. Other than that, Bitcoin and crypto had they had a hearing today, you guys. They got something. They basically, it was bad news. They had to sell off. They lost 30,000, you guys. Ouch. So they had 28,823. It's not. That's still not bad. That's down about 2,000 though if you brought it those levels. So that might be a little stiff bad to you. But that's just what Bitcoin has did right now. Right here it's gonna get critical for Bitcoin. I really think you gotta look at the 1 month stands here. Basically all that is said and done there. So it looks like it's either they're gonna retest 30,000 one more time here, and if you like I said, it was a bear. I've been telling you all along the recaps. There's a bear here at 30K on crypto. Believe that people are selling. Wouldn't you sell for 30,000? I think so too. So there's a lot of selling there in that range. But some people may buy in here and try to push it through and really get to 31,000, 32,000. I think if you get to that level, then you might see crypto pick up to about 35K. But you got to break above 32 at that point. But you're down here right now. You're down to 28,000, and it's really not looking good. It's like it's on the edge. So we'll see. We'll be looking out for the levels on Bitcoin, and we'll be looking out for Ethereum. They lost the 2,000 level, as you can see. They didn't hold. They did the same thing. So that hearing must have been bad. Like I said, it wasn't good. I wasn't able to tune into it, but word is, it wasn't pretty good. A lot of crypto investors sold today, took profits. So we'll see what happens in the future. Crypto stay open 25/8. So, but gold and silver is kind of like a little red here. Oil is actually pulling back, you guys. It did lose. Remember, it was at 82. Now it's at 78. So oil is actually pulling back. That's really good. That's a good sign right there. That's signaling. But hopefully, they don't try to find momentum and bounce back. That would hurt. That would hurt the economy for real. The gas pumps again. But I think the gas pumps and the gas prices near your local stores will start to come down. Oil is at 78.50. So yeah, I think they'll get back. We're getting back to the lenient stage. They probably saw where it was getting too profitable and too high, and people can't afford that. So at the end of the day, I think they made an agreement. They're coming back down. Now, we'll see right here if it gaps fills to this downside here, because it did gap up from 75 to 81. So we'll see if it's trying to get back into the gap fill here. If it does, then the pumps, the gas prices will go back down here, and the stocks too will go down as well. So be on the lookout for that, man. And that's pretty much it. We'll be looking out for everything that we need to tomorrow, you guys. Y'all have a good night. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Let's see what they doing here. Pre-market, the futures. What are they saying? Let's see real quick before we wrap it up. I ain't gonna hold you. My computer acting slow. We might have to wrap it up. Oh no, it did. Oh, sorry. Okay, here we go. Oh, we red. Ooh, everything red, you guys. Everything is red right now. So hopefully, by the morning, if you're still bullish overall, you want to see things recover from the morning and see if this red be green in the morning by the morning. So that's the key. But if If you see more red here, you see the percentage get higher red here, and you see more red in the morning. Oh, ouch! That means earnings ain't really looking too good right now. Setting off this first little start, this good start, it looks like it won't be looking good. So these are the headlines rolling through. Tesla net income and earnings dropped more than 20% from last year. Elon Musk threatens to sue Microsoft over using Twitter data for its AI. Ooh, so all that's gonna be key going into tomorrow. We'll see what Tesla's gonna do and what Elon Musk has up his sleeve. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Y'all take it easy, hold it down, and we'll be back with another recap tomorrow. Peace. This was the recap with LCAOD.